Let's find our edge. Question of the day. Are side hustles a distraction or a tool for success?
Back in the day, if I smelled that somebody had a side hustle, I would confront them and say, you got to make a choice.
Yeah.
Because you can't focus, where focus goes, energy flows. You can't focus on two things. Can't climb two mountains at the same time.
Is that
to your point.
Is that a sales dominated thing, or can you work in? Because at the time you were running, I think, a massive company.
Massive,
right? Was majority sales.
It's also a different time.
We were a sales organization, but the tools that exist today were not available then. So. Yours is still a physical, I need to be in a space and still do that. But there's lots of people who have Amazon stores and, they have other things that they can do.
So let me speak directly to that.
So a hobby, can turn out to be a side hustle.
Well, so any side revenue stream is a side hustle. Right. And 39% of U.S. adults report having a side hustle. That means 80 million American adults have a side hustle. On average, those side hustles produce $849 a month, right?
How much?
So on average, $849 a month.
What's the point?
So less than $1,000.
Smash that. Let's go.
Well, so I think this speaks to a bigger picture, which is there's a lot of people who work and don't like what they do. There's a lot of people who are in a job that they don't like what they do, and so their passion and their joy really come from the side hustle that maybe only provides them a couple extra $100 a month, but allows them to do something they're passionate about, allows them to make money doing it. And oh, by the way, we also live in a world now where there's a lot of jobs that don't provide you enough income to survive.
I was going to say,
you have to have a side hustle in order to be able to survive.
I was about to say,
and you think $849 is going to make a difference?
For some people,
it does. For a lot of people.
For some people, it does.
I think $800 is a lot of money for.
Look at the conversation we were in last night at dinner.
Oh yes.
Look at the conversation. So we were in a conversation with a family.
That's somebody
right?
Very well
somebody who
too.
we know. Yeah. Their housekeeper, right, wanted $5 extra per visit. $5. Right? Like that was the ask.
Yeah.
Like I need $5 more.
He wasn't doing it. Right?
Like, said no.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Said no?
Oh, dude.
Well, it's principle and it's a conversation. We're not going to sidetrack this episode with that. We're not going to sidetrack the episode with that.
You bring up a good point. When it's driven by the economics,
the need for dollars. Well, so let's just talk about it.
You cannot serve two masters.
You can't serve two masters.
I just don't believe it.
Right?
I mean, everything I've done in my career, I was all in.
Is it?
I wasn't all in. Now you're doing what you're doing, but you do it on bookends.
But I have a question.
You don't.
I have a question. Does the side hustle? I think it has to be entrepreneurial, right? Like you have to be doing it on your own. Like I would have a hard time.
Two jobs,
right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like you can't report to two. Can you?
You could. So there's lots of bartenders.
Right.
There's lots of hospitality people.
Teachers.
Wait.
Teachers who work
there are professions that you work 2 days on, 2 days off.
Right.
Firemen generally are known for a side hustle. They can do something else if it fits into their schedule.
Josh Darrow. We met with Josh last night. Josh is the voice of the Hurricanes, but also has a sales job. Right. The side is two jobs, two masters,
one doesn't
if you will.
interfere because of the schedule. His job as
they don't interfere with each other.
Sideline reporter, whatever. They don't interfere.
And he has the time to do it. Or he can make the time to do it, right? Like I can tell you as a father and a husband and somebody who wants to be involved in like rec league stuff, like I don't have a whole lot of spare time to feed a side hustle. This has got to be my thing.
It's funny, and I've been through it this year a lot as On the Ball has grown tremendously in the last 5 months, and obviously my focus has been majority on the Ball and growing it and on working,
when it comes from more money, it's like what was that majority bullshit, man?
But to not derail my thoughts,
Sorry,
no, you're good.
I
I think it's hard to build, right? Like when you're when you're working on the business, not in the business, right? Like working on it, my focus wasn't thinking about the side hustle in those spare times, if that makes sense.
Yes.
In my thinking time. And so I found that I wasn't as present, and this is personally, with my clients.
Right.
Because I was so exhausted from trying to build this. and focusing on my roles here. And that was my biggest struggle, was not that I couldn't do it, but that I wasn't the best at both. And I
Right.
couldn't. And that really kind of affected me. And then the rewiring of how I prioritize was hard. It is hard.
I love.